hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. And I don't even know. I genuinely don't even know. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2, Arsenal ball, a 2-0 lead. It was rough. I can't lie. It was rough to watch. It was a pain to watch as well. And everything. I'm lost for words. I'm hella annoyed, hella pissed, hella disappointed, and I don't even know what to say. I genuinely don't even know what to say. But anyways, guys, like the thing, like the stream, like the video. If you're watching this as a playback, subscribe, hit that bell, share it around, leave your comments down the live chat or down in, if you watch this as a playback, on below in comments. I answer to very much pretty single comment. So yeah, Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2, a draw, 2 more points dropped at the time when Liverpool, being 0-0 in 90 plus minutes, 2 goals by Darwin Nunez, managed to get 3 points, which basically makes week's game against Spurs, where we won and Liverpool dropped points, pretty much irrelevant, because again it's a 6-point difference with game in hand. So nothing more. Big up Arsenal, Manic. Arsenal out of FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League title challenges, matter of days. It's only phase 6, lads. Don't worry about it. Unai once again. Yeah, pretty much Unai Emery again finishes Arsenal title dreams. On top of that, for Unai Emery, let's be real, this is genuinely like home game. Playing at Arsenal at the Emirates, it's for him playing a home game, because ultimately he's been an Arsenal manager, okay, that's one thing. But ultimately, he's done it with Villa, he's done it with Villarreal, and he's gotten the best of Mikel Arteta on most of occasions they have met. If I'm not mistaken, in the 6-7 games they have met, Unai Emery has won 4 of those. There's two draws and 1 loss for him only. Oh no, 2 losses, so it's not that big of a difference. He usually gets the best of Mikel Arteta. You rather have Iraola, right, and give him a 715 million instead. Big up Liam, get him gone, facts, get him gone. Genuinely, get him out of the club. I have nothing else to say. Get him out of the club, get a new manager, have an intern till the end of the season. As long as we get up for it, it's all fine. We need to chop up this process. It's genuinely like, screw this process. Once again, balling a must-win game. Arteta don't have the minerals to win trophies. If there was once a thing... one thing should have been that consistent, that failing, and that's basically he's been rewarded with 3-4 new contracts. He gets 15 million a year, and for what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, spending money left, right, and center, signing useless players, and balling every single chance he has, and basically finishing top 4. That's about what he gets. He has won one of like 18 or 19 trophies that has been obtainable to him in this 5-year process, as they want to call him. In this time, and at the end of the season it's gonna be even worse. So it's looking very bad. And the worst part is he's not going anywhere. Let's be real, he genuinely is not going anywhere, because at the end of the day, it doesn't look like the owners care. It doesn't look like Arteta is worried, and nothing looks that much. Arteta complains in media about one thing, the other thing, the small squad, not enough substitutions and everything. But that is on Arteta, because he signed all these useless players. Then he complains about the ball size, ball shape, referees, whatever he can complain about, as long as he doesn't have to take responsibility for the things he has done, and he is going to do. And that is the most embarrassing thing. Havertz has been in a box. Yeah, to be honest, anyone instead of Havertz there, and that's a goal as well. That is again, Havertz again, he scored a goal. Oh, but that's what you expect from your striker. Otherwise, if you exclude the goal he scored, it's pretty much awful. He was useless. He did nothing during the game. He genuinely did nothing. We made 1 sub. We genuinely made 1 sub. Villa made 4, and that again falls to Mikel Arteta, 600-700 million, and we have nobody to sub on. We subbed on Raheem Shillings, who is even not our own player, who's on loan from Chelsea, who is washed, whose prime has passed like 10 years ago, what it feels like. Meanwhile, what Villa subs on is Duran, Digne, Bogard, Bailey. Onana got injured in the first half as well, and it didn't still bar them that much. Genuinely didn't bar them that much. And look at the bench. Compare the benches. I much rather have the bench that Villa has compared to what Arsenal have currently. Arteta comes out and complains about the fact that, oh, oh, we don't have enough depth and everything. But at the same time, if you look at things, even when Saka wasn't injured, we didn't have depth. When Jesus wasn't injured, we didn't have depth. When we had those players, we were not good enough, and we still are not good enough. And to have even a remote chance to get something this season, what we should have done as soon as Saka went down in the first week of transfer window, we should have signed a forward. Jesus goes down. Two forwards missing. We should have signed another one. That's what we should have done. Look at City. 200 million they're gonna spend this January transfer window signing 2 defenders, a midfielder, and a forward. That's what a proper club does. And we are only, how far off we are from City, by the way. Look at this. City currently are sitting, where are they sitting? Give me a sec, let me fix this so you can see. City currently are sitting 8th in the table. 8th in the table. 35 points. Arsenal have 44. Now, they have 1 game in hand. If they win that game, it's 38 and it's only a 6-point difference. It's nothing big. And Forest plays Southampton tomorrow, by the way. If they win that game, they are on the same points as us. They are on the same points as us. Liverpool dropped points during the week. We beat Spurs. Well, expected, yeah, but we closed the gap by 2 points. This game, today's draw, while Liverpool from a draw gets a win in the final stretches of the game, makes the win against Spurs irrelevant. Yes, we won against Spurs. Oh, North London is red and all that crap. North London forever. What everyone wants to try to push this PR. Ultimately, it means nothing. We need to win games consistently to even have a remote chance. Because for Arsenal to get back into this race, if there is even a chance, because the way I see it, there is no chance for us winning the league. There's no chance for us getting back into the race or anything. It's for us, for Liverpool to drop points. It's not about Arsenal doing the things. We have to do these things, right? But it's more of if Liverpool will allow us to get those things done. Because Liverpool must drop points. And Arsenal need to capitalize on that. But so far, it's been pretty much you do one thing, we do the other thing the next time. When Liverpool drop points, Arsenal drop points. Liverpool drop points one game, Arsenal make up ground. Next game, Arsenal drop points. Liverpool make the gap to the same amount again bigger. There is nothing. There genuinely is no improvement, no nothing. It's the same thing over and over and over again, and nothing has changed. That's embarrassing. 80 minutes you make... Yeah. Unai Emery cooked us, and he cooks us all the time. It's nothing. Unai Emery is better manager than Mikel Arteta. Obviously, top gooners, Arteta sexuals, Arteta only fans won't admit that because they are more concerned about Arteta than the club, what it looks like. They care about Arteta more than anyone else. But ultimately, let's be real. Unai Emery is better manager than Mikel Arteta. He is, and he will be. You have to make one of the subs. We made no subs. We have nobody to sub on as well. We might as well stuck up Butler or Yadeji up top instead of Havertz. Would make no difference. He maybe actually would have done something. Who knows? But he never gets a chance. Haven't kicked the ball for Arsenal's main team. And more chance than not, when the push comes to shove, when his time at under 23s comes to an end, Arsenal will say, off you go for free. We are not even going to sell him or make any profits on him. That's the thing. Arteta has to go, Kroenkes have to go, everyone has to go. It was embarrassing today, to say the least. Yeah, ODEGAARD, useless. Our captain, by the way. He's our captain. But he is as captain as, I don't know. He's useless. He is more useless than the under 23s who are warming the bench. He is more useless than them. In these big games when he needs to step up, he doesn't. He looks well when team is doing well. Genuinely, he's doing well when team is doing well. As soon as the team starts to struggle, and pretty much by the matter of logic, the teams should be turning, the players should be turning to their captain for some advice, encouragement, leadership. He offers nothing. He disappears as much as them, if not even more. It's very easy to nullify ODEGAARD, and certain managers who are proper managers know how to do that to the maximum extent, more or less, and that's what it shows. The last free kick that ODEGAARD took pretty much sums up Arsenal every single game, especially in this game. Useless, not good enough, pathetic, with no bite and nothing. He's not our captain. Big up Liam, absolutely pathetic, but unfortunately Arteta is here to stay unless he decides to resign, and that is the sad part. Because Kroenkes are not worried until they have Arteta as the shield for 15 million a year. He's gonna take all the heat. And that is the thing. I've had enough. I don't associate with this club anymore. Season's done. Congrats to Liverpool. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much season's done. It's Liverpool's league to lose. Let's just put it that way. It's Liverpool's league to fucking lose. Whoa. It's so many messages. Big up you guys. I cannot keep up, by the way. For the past matches, goals, it's mad. I'm past the point of caring now. I assume you're going to support Bournemouth now? Big up TB. 24 points lost from drawing. Yes, that is the big thing. This today's game is basically gave me the vibes of the games we've played in previous seasons against Southampton, Everton, Burnley, West Ham, Fulham. All those games where we should have gotten points, where we should have won, but we didn't in the end. Every game where there were some chances, but we didn't capitalize on them, where we were not good enough. Where the games where it mattered the most for us to win, to finish in top 4. The season we finished 5th against Newcastle. When we needed to progress in FA Cup, when we lost to Southampton. In the games where we needed to get points to win the league, when we were 7 points clear of last season, against like Villa, for example, again, or West Ham, we again drop points. And it's a never-ending story. We do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Where's the striker 2 weeks in the window? Exactly. And the worst part is we need more than just a striker. We need another forward. Because if anything, that today's game is telling you that we are very short in the attacking department. We needed to sub on Raheem Shillings on the right wing. Yes, when Yeri is gonna come back in let's just say a week, 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time. But it's already too late. If we want to have any chance even next season to try and achieve something, because overall the overhaul Arsenal needs when they're gonna lose 4 or 5 players this summer due to expired contracts or sales, we need to bring in about 9 to replace what we didn't do the last summer. And we are not gonna do that. Arsenal have never signed 9 players in one summer, which means next season we will be short again. So why not we start doing things again right now to prepare for the next season, just in case? Why? Oh, we won't. We won't, because if we do that and everything, it's kind of nuts. And the way I saw why we didn't sign a striker in summer and attackers in summer when everyone was screaming for it, it's the accountability. Because as soon as we sign a striker, because we all know Havertz is not good enough, that puts extra pressure on Mikel Arteta, and he has no room to hide. Because arguably you could say that is one of our biggest downfalls, why we have lost certain games, why we have lost the league title 2 years in a row. Because we don't have a designated striker up top who can bag on consistent basis, at worst, every other game. Or nearly every other game. That is the worst part. Because if we sign a striker, we sign another forward, there's instantly no place to hide for Arteta. He will get held accountable, and there is no excuses for anyone else. But until we don't have these players, we don't have backup for ODEGAARD, we don't have backup for Saliba, by the way, who is injured now and who didn't play today, if you don't recall. They came out yesterday late night and today before the game, and other players with no backups. Until we sort that out, there will be no accountability, and Arteta basically can sit happy earning 15 million a year and just be happy with finishing top 4. Because, by the way, that is the top Gunners mentality. Top 4 is like a trophy. Arsene Wenger said that, and the youngest top Gunners have adapted that, and they live by it. Exactly. Emery, once again, out-tactic Arteta. He did. You watch the game and your striker play awful, want to score a fluke goal and still no signings. Exactly. Even if we get a striker, the system we play will restrict them from scoring. Big chance that is happening as well. I have never seen Arteta to coach a striker, by the way. Have you? We had Golden Boot winning Aubameyang, who played left wing / left wing back half the time. Lacazette was playing as a number 6 half the time when we were defending, so we didn't have any threat up front. And besides that, he hasn't actually signed a proper striker. He signed Jesus, who is more of a winger than a striker. He signed Havertz, who he said himself he signed him to play in the midfield, not in the attack. So technically, he hasn't signed any striker whatsoever. And when he was at Man City, they didn't have strikers at the time. They had Mahrez, they had Aguero as well, Jesus at the time, who are more in-betweeners, or they're playing wingers more than they're strikers. They played Grealish, they played Mahrez as a number 9, KDB was playing there, so he hasn't even seen how to coach a striker. That is also for me a big worry. And what Mikel Arteta does as soon as he leaves City, he signs Jesus, he signs Zinchenko, and funds for Pep Guardiola to sign Haaland, who, by the way, just signed a 9.5-year deal. That is actually embarrassing. So it will be a 6-year process, then exactly, it will be a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, as long as you want. Until Mikel Arteta is here, it's a never-ending cycle. Which thinks nobody is leaving, Gyökeres isn't leaving. Exactly, nobody's leaving. Arsenal allegedly, according to rumors, are exploring attacker options on loan outside of Europe over the seas. Who they gonna sign? Who is anyone over the seas that you can name that could actually improve Arsenal? Who is good enough to play for Arsenal? And who do you even know across the seas? Who? Brazilian league? Argentinian league? From River Plate? From, I don't know, Academica? No, Academic is in Portugal. River Plate? Argentinos Juniors? Santa Cruz? All these Mexican teams? Who you know there? Will we gonna re-sign from, I don't know, from Mexico, Joe Campbell? From the olden days? I'm officially... I don't blame you. I genuinely don't blame you. We didn't win because we can score goals. Notice it's been a while since we scored 3 goals and 1. Yeah, we can score 2. But we could have easily lost the game as well. Let's not forget they hit the post instantly after Tielemans scored. They took them 8 minutes to score 2 goals. In those 8 minutes, they could have scored 3 or 4 goals. It could have been 3-4-2 for Villa. Merino hit the post. Trossard missed a chance. We had chances as well. But again, it comes down to the fact that we don't have good enough attackers to finish the chance on consistent basis when it matters the most. When it matters the most, all of our players go missing. That is the biggest issue with Arsenal. It's literally like they shit their pants when they are in a very rough spot, instantly. And they don't know what to do. As soon as there is no pressure, all of a sudden they can start scoring. It happened also when we finished second in the league in 22-23 season, we were 7 points clear. And it happened also the season before when we finished 5th instead of 4th. As soon as there was no chance we were getting Champions League, there was no chance for us winning the league, all of a sudden we put 5 past Wolves, 3 past Bournemouth, 4 past everyone else. But when it mattered the most, we lost at home, we lost at away, we lost all the necessary games to actually secure that Champions League or title spot. And that's about it. We don't know how to perform under pressure. Big up coach, big up G-Star as well. Arteta needs signings. He needs signings or he has to go at the end of the day. Big up new YG, it's time to go, as Claude used to say. Rest in peace, Claude, by the way. But yeah, it's time for Arteta to go. It generally is time to go. Kroenke's come outside. I don't know they want to. I think they are looking at Mikel Arteta and looking at the mess he has created and says, hey, we gave you 800 million. This is your mess. Either you fix it or next season you're gone. It could come to that, or you resign. It could come to that. We are not that far off from it. Genuinely, we are not that far off from it. It was that embarrassing, pathetic, and it's just not one-off. It's a consistent, reoccurring theme throughout the whole season. And last season as well. Because in the first part of the season, until we went to that Dubai trip, we were just as bad. We were just as bad. Gave Sterling 10 minutes when we needed a goal. Like, we don't even have anyone to sub on. Do we gonna sub on Kabia, our 19-year-old youngster on the right wing? Will we sub on Oyedeji at striker, who has never kicked ball for Arsenal's main team instead of Havertz? Will we gonna sign Tierney again on for left wing? What we gonna do here? Like, seriously, what we gonna do here? I told everyone we won't get a result against Villa. They're our bogey team. I was right. Like, that's the thing. Yesterday on preview, I said it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. I said it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. And it is a 2-2 draw. Because I knew we're gonna leak goals. And that was before I knew that Saliba was injured, by the way. I just look at our attack. And I was thinking about this and I thought, who is gonna score? Because we're definitely gonna concede, which means we're gonna need to score at least 2 goals to win the game. But we are not gonna score 3 or 4 to have a secure spot after the game. To have a secure spot, we should be in secure spot during the game, so that if we concede, we don't have to go in a meltdown. But yeah, it came to that, it didn't happen, and that's it. Exactly, 2-0, how you balling that? We went 2-0 up, my first thought was, score the third. Genuinely scored the third goal. Because otherwise we are done. We're gonna concede at least 2. And sooner and later we concede 2 goals. It's 2-2. We could have been 3-4-2 down. We could have been 3-2 up. But ultimately at the end of the day it's a 2-2 draw. That's how you ball it. For me personally, and I know it's gonna sound very weird, for me 2-0 is the worst lead you can have. Personally, that's at least from my experience as a player and in general when I watch games. And that's what my coach said as well. If you score 2 quick goals or 2 goals in general, you better score the third one real quick. Because for me, 2-0 is a false security score. Because you concede 1, Well, you are 2-0 up, you think, oh, okay, if we concede, it's not that bad, we still have a goal advantage. But once you concede, every single move next time you make while it's 2-1, it's under massive scrutiny. Everything you do needs to be pitch perfect. You need to be pitch perfect. And if you mess something up, big chance it will be 2-2. And then if it happens in a very short amount of time, the momentum can switch instantly. And from being 2-0 up, when you were complacent and everything, you could really, really quickly find yourself being 3-4-2 down. And I experienced that by myself when I was playing. And that is one of the worst feelings you can do. Especially at home. That is one of the worst feelings you can imagine when you play the game. Just because, bro, yeah, you're speaking about Trossard here, 2 assists. Yeah, he missed a big chance. But one thing I'm gonna say about today's game. This was the first game in a very long time where both of our wingers, Martinelli in the first half specifically, not in the second half. Second half he was useless, but in the first half specifically, were on point. They were actually dangerous and they looked that they actually could do something. You could see that. We put Madsen quickly on a yellow. Trossard was cooking on the right against Cash as well. On the left, sorry, against Cash. They looked actually dangerous, and that was for the first time a very, very, very long time. And that was something I really enjoyed. But that is the thing. Is it a one-off? It will be a consistent thing? Who knows? Because this team is unpredictable as the weather. You never know what you're gonna see on the pitch when they go out on the pitch to play the game. And next game for us is away game at Molineux against Wolves, isn't it? Or do we play in Champions League this week as well? We play against Dinamo Zagreb. We play against Dinamo Zagreb on Wednesday. And then, of course, on Saturday, we play against Wolves away. We play Wolves away. At Molineux, it definitely will be a very rough and tough game. I'm not expecting a very easy game as well for the game at Molineux. I'm not expecting an easy game. Wolves are a bit of an interesting one in that regard at home. We weren't good enough with Saka. Now Saka, they think we would be gonna... Exactly, that is the big thing. We were not good enough with Saka. Our team relied on Saka to do some magic, to create something out of nothing. And he did that. That's why we are where we are. Big reason why we are where we are is because of Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka goes down, and people think we're gonna be the same? Like, seriously, when Bukayo Saka went down, as I said, in the first week of January, we should have signed instantly a forward right wing. Instantly, without hesitation. Now Jesus goes out. He's out for 9 whatever months. We need to sign a striker as well. We needed to sign 2 forwards before they were injured. We already knew that. And now they are injured, we are still not doing anything. It's January 18th, soon to be 19th. Less than 2 weeks left in January. Where are the fucking signings? Where is the responsibility? Where's the accountability? Where's the improvement in the squad? Where is the growth? Where is anyone, by the way? Anyone? Oh no, we are looking at 19-year-old Sver Nipan to play as a next ODEGAARD or anything. Where's the striker? Where's the forwards? Where's the defender backups? Where are the defender backups? Because Saliba goes out, we have to play Timber as a center back. Oh wait, we now have Partey as a right back. Especially when you know when you're gonna have to have a surgery on White's knee because for half a year he plays with the necessity of a surgery. You don't sign a right back as well. How is this a thing? How genuinely is this a thing at Arsenal? At a team that has spent 800 million over 5 years and the bench looks worse than a championship level bench. Genuinely, maybe I'm a bit exaggerating, but you can go look at Villa's bench, look at Brentford's bench, look at those benches. They actually are better than our benches because most of them we have no attackers on the bench. Our attacking options we can sub on consist of Raheem Shillings and 2 under-23 players who have never kicked a ball for the main team in history of Arsenal since they've been in the academy. They have never done it. How do you think we're gonna win the games? How are we gonna improve our attack? Last game against Spurs we had to sub on Tierney as a left wing. So we have something dangerous in the attack. So someone who can cross the ball, someone who can attack, drive and do something, maybe defend extra. What does that? Who does that? How is this a serious club, one of the biggest clubs in England and in the world, but operate worse than a championship level team in the market? Oh, it's a difficult market. Oh, we cannot sign anyone. Trust in the process, guys, and everything. Meanwhile, you look at Man City, 200 million in January. Job done, we're gonna get top 4 easily. Don't be surprised, again, I'm gonna reiterate this. Don't be surprised that by February 3rd or 2nd, whenever we play Man City, we are on the same points or they are 3 points behind us. Don't be surprised by that. Genuinely don't be. They're only 6 points behind us now. Well, 8. 8? 6? 8. No. 5. Well, 9 points behind us. If they win the game they have in hand, it will be 6 points. Don't be surprised by that. Sterling, yeah. If Forest win, exactly. If Forest win, they're on the same points as us tomorrow. If Forest win tomorrow, Bournemouth will catch up, Newcastle and City. It's actually mad. It genuinely is wild. It's actually kind of incredible how this is going to be. This could be this could get real ugly real quick. It's already looking quite embarrassing, but it takes generally 2 games for us to lose and for other teams to pick up 3 points, and it's a whole different table. 6 points. That is basically us dropping from 2nd to almost 6th instantly. 6 points. 3 game swing takes us either to 1st or down to 7th. 3 game swing. That's about it. That's all it takes. We have gone from 5 game winning streak deep that. We're in trouble. 4 home games and we've won 1. Yeah. We used to be very good at home. The home was a fortress. Now we cannot win games. We barely can score goals. We cannot score goals in empty net, by the way. We cannot score goals in empty net. 2-0 up on Bowlet. Exactly. It took generally a few minutes. It's actually insane. In the words of Jose, specialist in failure. Well, looks that way. Partia tried. Exactly. Partia tried back. What did we expect? Big up Nathan. But what did we expect with him being at left back? And on top of that, if you think about this, right? If you knew that Ben White was playing for half a year with an injury and he needed a surgery now, wouldn't you sign a right back? Just in case? Because now Timber just has come back from ACL and you basically make him play every single game full 90 as a center back or a right back or a left back, by the way. Every single game full 90. Like, that is a disgrace alone. That genuinely is disgrace in general. Oyadeji on the bench waiting to game. Like, subbing on Oyadeji, would it be a big difference from Kai Havertz up top? Genuinely. Kabia, I don't know Kabia. Kabai, the third one. The third one I think it is. Where is it? Lineups, where is it? See. Where is it? Maldini is a center back. Kabia is a right winger. Oyadeji is a striker from our youth academy. Genuinely, if you didn't know. That is just me putting it out there if you genuinely didn't know. Take captaincy of Odegaard. Yeah, Odegaard shouldn't be a captain. To be honest, if you look in the first half, the way they got one long ball over the top to get in behind us, if there was no Gabriel at our center back position, we could have been losing this game real quick. Gabriel, I generally believe that Gabriel but Gabriel, in a way, is more important to Arsenal than Saliba. Because without Gabriel, we will look much worse. With Saliba and without Gabriel, we will look worse than we look without Saliba and with Gabriel. Long term. I genuinely believe so. Because Gabriel has been our best defender for a very long time. Just, it's the fact that he does more dirty work. And players who do more dirty work don't get the praise and don't get the recognition they should be getting. As they do. Like, for example, if you look at the midfield of Xavi, Iniesta and Busquets, 99% of the time didn't get the praise Xavi and Iniesta did. Same goes for Gabriel and Saliba partnership. Gabriel gets the recognition, but not to the same standard as Saliba, because Saliba is more flashy, he's more smooth, he's like the Rolls Royce basically being next to Porsche, right? Everyone obviously deviates the attention to Rolls Royce because you can see Porsches every day on the pitch. In the street, sorry. Rolls Royce is not so much. But ultimately that Porsche actually, at times, is more important than that Rolls Royce. More value in a way. Forest to win at this point. Dude, Forest could overtake us in Champions League. In Premier League. Forest could overtake us and be over us. No Didi and stuff like that. But they genuinely could be up there. It might not be too long that they overtake us. Because if they win tomorrow against Southampton, they are on the same points. And if the games don't go the way we want, if we start to drop points even more, they can overtake us. It wouldn't be a far-fetched thing to think about even. Yeah, exactly. Gabriel should be the captain of Arsenal. I'm fully saying that. He should be the captain of Arsenal. It feels that way. That's the thing. People say it's not over yet. Oh, believe in Arsenal. But currently, given how we are playing, it's very tough to believe in Arsenal, first of all. And second of all, it's Liverpool's league to lose. Because this is not as much as Arsenal managing to string, let's just say, 10-game win streak. Is the question, will Liverpool drop points? It's more on Liverpool than us. All we can do is be in a position in case something happens. But currently we are playing and the results are kind of falling in places like we are not prepared. We are not ready. We are not deserving based on performances to win the league. Does it always happen that the team that deserves the most wins the league? No, it doesn't. But ultimately, we are just not that good enough at the moment. Chris Wood to Arsenal. Dude, Chris Wood would bag at Arsenal, by the way. Chris Wood genuinely would bag at Arsenal. No cap. The teams behind us will catch us. Forest, Bournemouth, City, Villa. That's the thing. Bournemouth, City, Forest, Villa. The question is, what will happen to Newcastle and Chelsea? Chelsea are in a bit of a downfall because of everything how it's going for them. So Chelsea is a bit of a mystery. But Newcastle, you cannot write them off as well. Yes, they lost today. They were on a 6-7 game win streak. They lost today 4-1 against Bournemouth, by the way. But still, they have better squad than Arsenal do. Let's not beat around the bush here. Oh, we have flashy Flamboyant Gabriel and Saliba and everything. But still, look, Arsenal have conceded 21 goals this season. Newcastle have only conceded 26 goals. It's 5-goal difference. Ultimately, when you think about this. Yes, it may differ because of the 6 points on the table. But overall, Newcastle actually have better squad than Arsenal. Given that the subs they can bring on and everything. They have better squad. The season, it's a top 4 race. For me, for Arsenal, currently, it's a top 4 race. Top 4 race, nothing more, nothing less. But Top Gunners will eat it up like it's breakfast. Because top 4 is like a trophy, as Wenger used to say. I don't think we're gonna drop into 5th, 6th. The issue is that the spots from 8th to 4th, look at from 8th to 4th, are separated by 3 points. So though there's 1 win difference. So if the result shifts some weird way, it generally you can go from 8th to 5th real quick. 8th to 4th even. It's a very small margin. 1 win. That's all it takes to go from 8th to Champions League spot. Exactly. And where are the signings? Where are the signings? We are we are almost 3 weeks into the January transfer window, and we have been not linked properly with anyone. There have been rumors and everything, but there has been nothing solid, nothing concrete. Mostly some rumors come out, and they all have been denied by Fabrizio or Ornstein or someone like that. There have nothing been that has been confirmed, mostly just denied. That is the worst part in this. And it doesn't look like anything's gonna change. But if you needed any inklings, any indication that we need signings, these last few games against Spurs, against Newcastle, both cup games, especially against United and Newcastle, genuinely are the biggest indication. And today's game as well, let's be real. I don't think we will finish top 4 this season. If we don't finish top 4 this season, Arteta, it's an obligation for Kroenkes to sack Arteta. Because I think one of the biggest reasons why Arteta is staying is because he's getting top 4. He's getting Champions League money and everything. If he falls out of that, he has to go. I think that was also one of the biggest reasons why Wenger got sacked. Obviously, the fans turned against him and stuff like that, but ultimately, there was also the fact that the money wasn't coming in because we didn't get top 4. And I think if Arteta drops so badly and that he finishes behind fucking Newcastle's, Nottingham Forests and Villas and Bournemouth especially, right? Arteta has to go. It should be generally last game week in the tunnel and you rip the contract in front of his face. Peace out. Havertz was on the left wing. Fuck's sake, what's working? Oh, here we go. Left wing today as well as wide as... Dude, Havertz on the left wing, that heavy touch he took when he was making a run down the wing was embarrassing. The day number 5 leaves my club. Number 5. Oh, you don't like Partey. You don't like Partey. That's the thing. Partey is not bad. It's the fact that he's playing right back. And Partey is not a right back whatsoever. He has played there at Atletico Madrid, but he was much younger. He had the pace and everything. He could recover. He could make some tackles. He was more agile in that regard. Now he is just a plain number 6 more or less. And if you don't play him in that number 6 role, he's just not good enough in general. And that is the biggest issue with Thomas Partey. Nah, Neymar, Benzema are not coming. Genuinely not coming. It's not it. That is not it. In this regard, that is not it. Shaking my head, you're telling me Gyökeres won't come lies, he's a release clause. Exactly, you pay, tell him gonna be on the main man and wins the title. Yeah, but Havertz is here. Exactly. Reason why Šeško didn't sign for Arsenal in summer, because he got told by Arsenal that he's gonna be a backup dancer, second role to Kai Havertz up top. That, if that isn't telling you everything you need to know, I don't know what will. Arsenal will... We need a goalkeeper, 2 strikers, 2 wingers, 2... That's the thing. If we look at Arsenal, what do we need? We need 2 forwards. That includes striker, at least 1. Let's just say 2 for the sake of... Let's not be too greedy. Let's just say 2. We need... I would say 2 midfielders. We need a backup for Saliba. We need and another defender. We need a new goalkeeper. That is 7, right? 7 new players we need. Now, imagine we sell about 3 or 4. We need some players to replace them still. So that's extra, let's just say 2 players. So arguably we need 9 players to sign. We need 9 players to sign. And we are never going to do that in one window because Arsenal are not capable of such things. We are not Nottingham Forest, the team that signs about 15 players in one window. We have never done that and we never will. And that is also sometimes the biggest issue. Look, City are going to sign 4 players this window. In January window, not summer window. How comes we cannot sign at least 2 players this January window? Or 3? Why? It's on Cronkies. It's all on Cronkies because we don't have any FFP or PSR issues. That is the big thing. Big up Tryon, big up my guy. They won't get... Exactly. They get him to... Yeah, but if Arteta finishes outside of top 4, there might be talks to that. Duran, Watkins, João Pedro, cheap, good signing. Duran is about 70-80 million. First of all, Watkins is about the same, if not more, I would think. João Pedro is about 60-70 million. Mateus Cunha is about 60 million, 50-60 million. The prices have been named more or less. So it's not going to be too cheap in terms of Arsenal, especially because every single Tom, Dick and Harry in the world knows that Arsenal are desperate in certain positions. And if Arsenal want that player from their team, which is usually the best player in that team, they can ask top money. If you don't want to pay him, okay, cool, we're gonna keep him. Arsenal will have to pay over the top, arguably, to sign someone, especially in the key areas like striker. Donnarumma, Williams, and Šeško along with Zubimendi, good summer window. Donnarumma as a backup goalkeeper, never happening. Williams, Nico Williams, okay. Šeško, Zubimendi, not enough. That is not enough, and you're talking about what, 65, 106, 156. You're talking about 200 million more here instantly. We had enough to win this game. The position at right back. Yep, that's the biggest thing. Partey as a right back. Reason why we conceded the second goal is because he lost Watkins. Watkins shimmied him off. He was stepped outside. Partey fell for it. He went 3 steps further than he had to, and instantly Watkins as a striker made a run into the box, and he scored a goal. Partey lost his marker. Havertz also didn't, like, being 6'4", couldn't jump that high to get to the ball, and we conceded the second goal. We shouldn't have had that kid at Ipswich now that Saka injured Hutchins. We should have, but Arsenal let him go for free away, by the way, to Chelsea. He played about 40-50 minutes for Chelsea's main team in a year and a half, and then Chelsea for about 28-29 million sold him to Ipswich. That just shows how good Arsenal are doing business. Let him go for free, let other team make money on him. Because we did the same thing with Aubameyang. We binned his contract, paid off him to leave. He went for free, right? Basically, right? Even we paid something to him to leave. Then he goes to Barcelona, wins something, got sold to Chelsea, then Chelsea sell him to Marseille, and then Marseille sell him again to Saudi. We are the only team that didn't make money on Aubameyang, because all the teams got the Saudi team, Marseille, Chelsea, Barcelona, and Borussia Dortmund. At 2 up was thinking proactive and changed lineup. Could have parked the bus. YOLO it. Since he loves parking the bus, might as well done that. Exactly. At 2-0, you get complacent. Zagreb at home and Wolves away. This is our next 2 fixtures this week. Upcoming week. Šeško is not coming. Big up Luis, but Šeško is not coming. There were rumors that Arsenal have contacted, but his agent has come out and said that nobody has talked to Arsenal. Arsenal haven't talked to him, and that's not happening, especially in January. Maybe in summer, but definitely not in January. How much Unai spend in less time? I don't even know, because their midfield... Wait, let's look at this. Aston Villa transfers. Aston Villa transfers. We looked at this that Unai Emery came in October 2022, right? October 2022. So transfer date, winter transfers, 22-23 season. Arrivals, he's spent 30 million to sign these players. Alex Moreno, John Duran. He signed John Duran for 17 million euros. 17 million. Anyways, and he sold players for 12. Okay, now we're gonna look at the proper one in last season, 23-24 season. Let's see what he has spent. Transfer record in 23-24 season. Income, he has spent 111 million. 111 million. He has spent about 300 million on players coming in, going out. Arrivals, yeah, he signed Onana for 50, Madsen for 40 somehow, Mullen just now for 20, Archer. He has signed some good players for nothing, genuinely for nothing. That's actually kind of wild if you think about it. 700, don't even start with this. Don't even. Not today and not ever. Don't start with this. When you spend nearly 800 million and your best option of the bench is loaned Raheem Sterling, who is washed for the last 5 years, don't even start with 759 million. When you pay 65 million for Havertz and pay him 285 grand a week, when he gets about what? 1,800 pounds an hour, don't even get it here. Especially when you have other bums like Zinchenko on 150 and Partey on 200, Jesus on 265. It's on him. It is all on him. Pick up Godwin. Why cut Arteta should lie if he doesn't plan? Why should Arteta leave? He doesn't plan for a striker if Arsenal can't win a trophy. He should just plan now for next summer if he's managed to stay. If he's staying. It looks like he's staying at least. Big up Thomas. Not over yet. It is over. Well, it's not over in terms of technically it's not over. But at this stage, it's pretty much... It's not as much what Arsenal do. It's more what Liverpool does. Because this title race is not a title race. There's one team leading and... You have to accept the worst in this regard, that they are leading by 9 points. They win the game in hand and it's 9 points. And then it becomes a 4-game swing, and it's not about how many games Arsenal will win. It's more about will Liverpool lose games or draw games enough to let Arsenal back in this title race. Because Arsenal can go all the games unbeaten now. Sounds wild, I know, 16 games, but still. And then Liverpool drop points, then yes, but Liverpool are not going to drop points in the same fashion as Arsenal. We have seen this throughout the whole season. When Liverpool drop points, Arsenal drop points. We never managed to capitalize. We capitalized midweek when Liverpool drew and we won against Spurs. But now, fast forward 4 days, is the same thing just with reversed angles. They win from being a draw in the last minutes of the game. Arsenal lose. Arsenal draw, sorry. Yeah. We shouldn't have sung it anyways. There were actually boos at the end of the game, finally. Fun fact, we have never won a game when number 5 played right back. Well, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. That's the game when we also drew to the 10-man Fulham as well last year. One of the games why we lost the league last year. But this is all on Mikel Arteta. Why he didn't even look at a new right back if he knew that Ben White for half a year has been playing with an injury and he needed a surgery. Why he didn't look at another right back? Just in case. Oh, but we have Partey who can play at right back. Well, suck it then. He has spent 160 million on left backs alone, who at the end of the day, none of them play left back now. Miles Lewis-Skelly, our Helen graduate, is our main left back. Well, money spent. Kiwior doesn't play, and none of them play. Odegaard has 0 goals this season. He should be stripped of captaincy so fast it's not even funny. He needs to hold the bench at best. At worst. At best, he needs to get sold. I'm sorry, but I'm done with Odegaard. He goes missing when we need him the most. He's not a proper captain. More hair flicks than assists. And snot in the hair and everything. No, thank you. Yeah, Gabriel was labeled a thug for that last 2 years. He should be the captain. Gabriel should be the captain. Gabriel generally should be the captain. Oh, big up Arsenal extra. Big up, my guy. Big up. Liverpool will absolutely drop points in the next 17 games. Sadly, that's the biggest thing. Liverpool can drop points. The biggest question is, will Arsenal capitalize on that? And based how we are playing right now, I don't see us dropping points whatsoever. Well, sorry, capitalizing it whatsoever. Because it may look good when, for example, 2 games in a row Liverpool lose. And Arsenal capitalize, get 2 wins. But when we need to win the most, throughout this 5-year process, when we had needed the wins the most, we have always come up short. We have always drawn or lost the games when we needed to the most. And that is the biggest issue. We don't have the mentality to do it. We genuinely don't have mentality to do it on a consistent basis. Ollie Watkins scored. Yeah, Ollie Watkins. Good evening. Big up Ronnie, Spurs fan. Dude, don't even. Don't even. We balled again. Big time. We balled it big time. Big up Pepper, by the way. We balled it big time. We have all been hoodwinked. PR is one. Yeah, PR. That's all we Arsenal need for get everyone on them. Wrap it up. Focus on the cups. Oh, wait. Exactly. Oh, but we have a bigger fish to fry. You know, remember that one from last year? We have bigger fish to fry. Only fish we can cook is, well, there isn't even anything we can cook because we cannot even cook on Edo's barbecue since we sacked him. Well, since he quit. Robot is signing our Rashford, Chilwell and Kubo. I don't want any of those at Arsenal. I'm sorry, Pepper, but I don't want any of those at Arsenal. And why I'm saying Pepper because he loves Takefusa Kubo. Dude, big up Morsey, and dude, it's... Well, I cannot disagree. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely cannot disagree. Havertz is still Arteta's number. Yeah, that is the big issue here. That could be the issue. That's why we didn't sign Sesko last summer. That is the big thing. Genuinely, we were talking in the group chat about this, and I know we said this jokingly, right? But we talked about if Arsenal had Mbappe, right? Arteta would bench Mbappe for Havertz and make Mbappe as a super sub for the last 10 minutes. That's what we joked about. It has come to that, by the way. If you don't cry, you laugh, right? Big up Laban. Arteta should leave the club if he doesn't want to buy more players, mostly a defense striker. Havertz is not a striker. Genuinely not a striker. He's something somewhere in between. But Arsenal don't play the way that we can utilize him to his maximum potential, if that makes any sense. Because if he was playing the same type of way he played at Bayer Leverkusen, then he would be fantastic, something like Wirtz does. And I think if Arsenal even signed Wirtz, we again would be cooked because Wirtz would not be given the freedom he's getting at Bayer Leverkusen at the time. This is, I think, biggest reason why Arsenal are struggling and many players we sign or we have at the club don't perform as much as we have seen them before or expect them to perform is due to the system. Because it has basically handcuffed our players in a way that they cannot express themselves. They are forced to play a system a certain way and they cannot do anything from outside the system. Because instantly that would piss Arteta off, they would get benched or something. If we only kept Malen. Dude, that's like 10 years too late. Timber at center back played terrible. He's not a center back. Simple. Well, we play with what we have, right? Would you rather see Declan Rice at center back? Big up Ong and Arteta out. 100% agree. All the players Arsenal have lost to through the academy is sickening. Dude, the amount of players we have let go and not made any money on from the academy is embarrassing. The last 2 that sprang in mind obviously is Chidobe Martin and Omari Hutchinson. But just this July 1st, when the transfer window opened in summer, we let go 29, 28, something like that, youngsters. It called Rule Walters included, including Okonkwo, and players like we could have gotten at least 5-10 million for. We could have made at least about 50 to 60 million if we sold them all. Easily. Easily. You don't tell me you cannot sell each of them for like 2 million. Easily could have made money on them. And we would have had a bigger budget in the summer. But no, we just let them go for free. Why the hell not? 34 people watching. Big up everyone. Smash the like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts down in the chat. Gallus was a bear cut. And dude, him crying, no. At least Odegaard is not crying. Although Odegaard gets goosebumps when he comes out with North London Forever, so I think that actually could be a bit worse. We can cook birdside fish fingers while Slot is tucking into prime cameo. Pretty much, yeah. We just eat some random stuff and I don't know where. Arteta's talent ID is pathetic, mostly terrible. Yeah, that is the big thing. We looked at this, I think, few streams ago as well, and Arteta has signed 31 players. 30 or 31 players with 800 million he has been given, and genuinely a proper hits have been about 5 or 6 of them. 5 or 6 of them were proper hits. Like there was Gabriel. You have to put Odegaard in there even if he doesn't perform, but kind of have to in a way. I didn't want to, but I got forced into by the chat, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there were about 5 or 6 of them who were hits, so basically means 25 players were basically duds. So about what, 16.6% of the players Arteta has signed have been hits. The rest of them have been just utterly trash. 16.6%. Obviously you don't get every signing right, but at the same time you should be able to sell them for proper money. Because remember, Arteta in an interview a few years ago said, oh, we sign young players and players everyone wants. He said something like that. How comes you cannot sell them if everyone wants them then? Like seriously, if you sign players everyone wants and you wish to sell them after some time, how comes nobody wants them afterwards? Like, serious question. How comes nobody wants them afterwards? What's the reason? Kylian Mbappe got his... Dude, don't even. Robbie will be creaming his pants on AFTV backing Arteta's Arsenal. Well, people do things they need to do to get the bag. Not accusing him on everything, but just if you would get the bag, you do what you are told at the end of the day. Big up Jeff. My name's Jeff. Yep, Arsenal are bottle jobs, big ones. Brahim Diaz, Ferran Torres, Endrick Skriniar. I would take Brahim Diaz. I don't want Ferran Torres, genuinely no. Endrick, too soon. Could take a punt, but not. I don't think he's it. Skriniar I would take on loan as a backup for Saliba, definitely. Hopefully Yarmaz will tell like it. Exactly. I hope there's Turkish, Lee. I would randomly beat troops there and someone like that, just basically just cuss everyone out. Because Turkish is the one where we lost against United, the way he called out everyone. That was honestly one of the best fan cams I have seen in the last 5-6 years. No questions about it. Gunnar Lee was criticizing Arteta on the FTV watch long and the chat was slating him. The mutants are still, yeah, they are and they will be. That's the thing, they like the manager more than the club. They support the manager more than the club, and that is a big issue. They have adapted the PR that the club is pushing on everyone. They eat everything up. Everything's a good thing that happens at Arsenal. They can do no wrong. Everything's fine and dandy. Give him time, give him more money, be patient and everything. But ultimately, how long you will be patient for? Like seriously. Momo Jr., dude, this is Arsenal we know and miss. I assumed he's not an Arsenal fan. I assume he's like a Liverpool fan, maybe a United fan, something like that. Because at those times when the Arsenal got very toxic in general with Wenger's latter years, we are getting there with Arteta as well. And that is something that as much as I hope that I will never ever see at Arsenal again, it's all going that direction. And that is something I don't like at all. I genuinely don't like at all. Saka kept the team ticking in absence of Odegaard, but Odegaard has failed to do it for this team. Exactly. Big up Gabby. And yeah, 100%. And people said that Odegaard is the one. He will come back and the creativity will be back. And ultimately, let's be real. Odegaard for Arsenal is not as important as Saka is. And when Saka went down, we should have instantly signed someone. We should have prepared already player to sign in the first week of January. We didn't, and we won't, and now we are paying the massive price. Yep, basically that's what Yarman said, and to Robbie, and that's how it looks like from many people. That was a top line from Yarman. Exactly. Loving Arteta. Dude, I got cussed recently on X, on Twitter, right? By a guy who not undoubtedly is a top gooner, because I was calling out Arteta. I wanted him out. He said I'm dumb, stupid, idiot. And I didn't even respond. I just looked at his profile picture and I thought, well, it's not worth it, because he had a topless Mikel Arteta as his profile picture on X. Topless Mikel Arteta, I kid you not. And there was something that my grandfather used to say as a kid. I know this will sound very bad, but don't take offense. It's just general thing that my grandfather used to tell me, is the fact that never argue with an idiot. Never argue with an idiot. Because, first of all, you'll get frustrated, right? But most importantly, they will drag you down to their level, and then they will beat you with experience. And that's why I just didn't answer. Because you're basically gonna stoop to their level, and they have more experience being on that level, and they're gonna beat you. It is a disease. It's a terminal illness. Exactly. It should be Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. But ultimately, the way these fans are backing Arteta, he's the most protected manager in the world football. It feels like he's one of the most protected people in the world. More protected than some presidents in the world and leaders in general. It feels like it is Arteta FC. Although, given the fact how much influence he has at the club, it is kind of Arteta FC, I'm not gonna lie. These players have been put through the ringer by Arteta. Yeah, they have been overplayed, they have done too much and everything. They genuinely have been overplayed, they have been run into the ground. Half of them had no backups, and even if they had backups, they were not good enough that Arteta didn't even trust them to put them on. Because there have been many instances when Arteta had the opportunity to, for example, sub on a certain player for someone else, and he just hasn't done it because Fabio Vieira was on the bench for some time. He never subbed him on for ODEGAARD because apparently he doesn't rate him that much. Raheem Sterling also almost never comes on when Saka is playing. Either Saka has to play full 90, which is in his contract, or he just doesn't rate him that as highly. Now that basically his back is against the wall, shit has hit the fan, he's forced to play him at the end of the day. So go figure. Arteta pretty much owns club now. He will suffer, has gotten much control over the years, and he got him out for force. It could be rough. I just wonder sometimes when I read these things from top gunners and everything, if Arteta said, not Arteta, sorry, if Bukayo Saka came out and said that I'm not gonna play for Arsenal until Arteta goes, what would be their reaction? Like, what would be their reaction if, let's just, Saka genuinely called out Mikel Arteta and said it's either you or me. Either I hand in transfer requests right now, or you have to go. It's a weird one. Obviously, no player is bigger than the club, no manager is bigger than the club. But it kind of feels like at some point, something major is going to happen within Arsenal that's going to cause much turmoil, and something is going to go very badly. And if you put Kroenke, for example, if you are forcing now Kroenke to make a choice, either you have to sell Saka or you have to let Arteta go, which side they will pick? That is a big question. Sometimes I wonder, either you're gonna get rid of your star player, your main guy, which the club basically is based upon, or you need to get rid of your manager who is your shield. Go figure. I wonder how that situation would unfold itself and how it would be resulted. That guy who yeah. Wait. We have to view Arteta as a Kroenke. Kinda. Although Arteta doesn't have the money, maybe him or Josh are butt buddy. Igal still making excuses. Still gonna destroy him, and dude. Obviously, there will be always people who will find excuses, and I don't diss them because There are people in the world who always try to find the positive lights into everything. And obviously, as you're growing up, you kind of realize that you have to look at it that way sometimes, because otherwise everything's gonna be doom and gloom. But at some point, you have to face the facts, and you cannot just blindly just follow the light. You have to actually look at your surroundings, look at things that are going on around you. And then when you actually realize what is actually happening, that light might actually disappear, and you actually might actually get the overall view for what really is going on. Kind of get that. Sometimes it is that way. And that North London forever. Oh, dude, it's I get the reasoning why they try to do something. Arteta tries to make this Emirates like it's like a, I don't know, Bundesliga stadium, the North London forever. It's like something like you never walk alone type of thing going on. But North London forever, it kind of has no that kind of a deeper meaning behind it. It feels very forced on people. It's nothing like organic and natural. It's very like, not fake, but like AI based, if that makes sense. It's nothing it's very unnatural. And I think that also feels why it's really cringe at times and stuff like that. Already happened, they disrespected Henry when... Yeah. Top Gunners are calling out even Thierry Henry, telling him that he's jealous of his coaching career and everything. Imagine, though, and mostly, by the way, Thierry Henry gets called out, well, saying that, yeah, disrespected by the young Gunners who have never seen him play in their lives, or they have seen maybe him play in MLS, like in Red Bull, wherever he played, right? New York Red Bulls, right? They have seen him only there. They have never seen him at Arsenal. They have never seen what he has done for Arsenal and everything. They haven't even seen maybe YouTube clips on him on you and everything. They just call him out. Could be. I generally think the way Arsenal are painting murals for set piece coaches, Josh Kroenke outside the Emirates and everything, Arsenal could sack Mikel Arteta, and Arteta would get a statue outside the Emirates. That's how it feels like. And Petit too. Yeah, Petit, Henry, Jens Lehmann as well. Those three really call out Arsenal for what it is. And fans don't like that. They don't like it whatsoever because truth hurts. And it's very hard to kind of swallow it sometimes. And I think that also could be the reason. Big up Gabby. You need to check on Gabby analysis in previous messages. Not sure where. Arteta owns the club, not Kroenke. But kind of feels that way. It's like Arteta is the second in charge after Josh, pretty much. Once Arteta goes, they need to get rid of that song too. Could be the case. Get rid of the song, get rid of the dog and everything. Get rid of all of those things. And then you paint the tunnel where are the murals all black again and repaint over them. Henry, Keown, Winterburn, Lehmann, Seaman, Wenger even, and stuff like that. Paint that over them. Paint it there. No Havertz's, El Nenis and crap like that. Nobody cares about that. What have they done at Arsenal to deserve that type of mural there? Nothing. Just have it as a chant and nothing. Exactly. Henry the GOAT was right. We should have listened to all, not me, Rob alone. Arteta needs to go. Exactly. Henry is calling everything out as it is, and people don't like that. Gabi said something about Saka in the ticking Odegaard absence. Oh, yeah. We talked about this. Yeah, Saka kept the team ticking in absence of Odegaard. Yeah, Arsenal were actually doing... Yes, they were not as exciting in the attack, if that makes sense. They were not as... in the thing, we were not holding possession as much. But still, we managed to get points. We managed to get draws, wins, and everything. Saka was carrying the team like he was doing it years before. Saka goes out, Odegaard comes back. And without Saka, we basically are headless chickens. We have no idea what to do. And as soon as Saka goes out, we need to start to rely on bums like Sterling, like Havertz, and players like that, who obviously are nowhere good enough to be in the starting 11 and lead the line in title charge. In any charge, to be honest. Odegaard has failed miserably. And he's our captain. And he should be stripped of captaincy. Give captaincy to Gabriel. Right now. When Arteta does go, the fans will find anything to criticize about them. I think when Arteta goes, right, next manager after Arteta will get similar treatment like Emery got after Wenger. Because everyone loved Wenger until the latter years, right? Everyone liked Arteta again, and now it's starting to come up, similarly like it did with Wenger. But everyone was expecting another long-term relationship. And Emery was something that went against the grain, who was much different and everything, and people just didn't resonate with that. And they just got the boot. And I think once Arteta goes, next manager after Arteta might get similar treatment like Emery got. That could be the case. Unless we sign someone big, and then they will have to shut the fuck up. Oh, the Ghost, I didn't think he was playing. Half the team wasn't playing. It is a cult, like Artetaism or something like that. Liam, you are right, it is like a cult. Exactly. Arteta sexuals are branch Artetarans. Branch Michaelians sound like aliens or something like that. They're Arteta. It's never gonna happen, first of all. It's never gonna happen until they open their eyes and smell the coffee. But yeah. They're all mutants. It feels like... Dude, there are sometimes when I just sit there and think, what if I did a stream where I look at just some random tweets that these people make out? That actually would be kind of nuts to look at. Because some of those tweets these zesty gooners put out are actually embarrassing. Some say, oh, Calafiori is on. Good luck, my sweet prince. And everything. It's actually kind of nuts. But basically, some other news. Arsenal players to have not missed game time due to injury this season. Kivior, Jorginho and Trossard. Rest of them have been injured at some point, one or the other way. How wild is that? A bit of a positive light. Gabriel Martinelli has already equaled his Premier League goal tally from last season with 6. This will send top Gunners into overdrive. Thomas Frank, we just played City, Arsenal and now Liverpool in a short amount of time. For me, Liverpool are a level above the two teams. They're complete. It's the best team in the Premier League and the world. Top Gunners won't like that, let's be real. Nottingham Forest plot Arsenal raid after Edu recommendation. We're gonna look at that tomorrow. Raheem Sterling is currently suffering from crisis of confidence, according to Sam Mogbel. It's a crisis of good style of football. Holy crap. Exactly. When a new coach comes in, we'll find it hard because... Exactly. Unless we sign someone like Ancelotti, someone huge who you generally cannot say anything against, it will be rough. Especially if he doesn't know English like it was with Emery. That could also go south real quick. I feel sorry for Emery. They took the mic. Yeah, that is the case. Yeah. We're gonna look at that tomorrow. Inkling for tomorrow. Martinelli is about to be glazed. Yeah. To be honest, Trossard had a decent game today. Yes, he missed that chance, but overall he was actually... Both of our wings, at least in the first half, were actually spot on. In the second half, they just died down. If we had Emery now, and he was back with 700 million, we'd have won 2 titles by now, and the FA Cup Carabao. To say the least, we would have won something in Europe, by the way. I have a strong feeling we would have won something in Europe as well. Maybe. My nose is so itchy, I hate this. Arteta has lost most points in leading situations like today. 2 up, he could have killed off the game. Merino isn't a 90 minute. He is not. Merino legitimately, I don't know. He actually had a decent first half. That's the worst part. In second half, he disappeared. He hit the post as well. At the same time, he was the reason why we conceded the first goal. So he had a very up and down game. And he didn't have a great game, but he was manageable. Forest are better run than we are. 100%. Although Forest sign about 50 players, then sell about 50 players. And they are doing this, balancing their checkbook, and it works. And they're doing this until they find the right balance. And they have done it more or less. They have Murillo, Sells, Aina, Gibbs White. They have actually decent players right now. And they are actually going for it. Jorginho should have been... We needed someone to slow down the game. And as bad as it sounds, as we play very slow, in this game against Villa, when we went 2-0 up, we needed to shut up shop and someone who genuinely holds on to the possession and slows down the game. Because in a pacey game, Villa is overrunning us all day, every day. Please, I pray for a player revolt. Forced the owner saw something so obviously. It was Arteta, and according to the rumors and everything, Edu left because Arteta got a promotion, new contract with increased roles, and that in those increased roles, it took a part away from Arteta, Edu's job, which really pissed him off, and he felt kind of irrelevant at Arsenal, allegedly. So he basically said, "Oh, screw you guys, I'm leaving." That's what he said ultimately. Anyhow, I think on that note, we're gonna end today's stream. 2-2 draw, shambolic performance, no signings, and I'm not looking forward. If we don't beat Dinamo Zagreb during the week, I don't know what I will do. I genuinely don't know what I will do. We should be beating them with our eyes closed, but who knows? Who genuinely knows? They were actually playing a good game against Bayern Munich until they conceded. It was like 2-0, 3-0, then it was 3-2. It was almost like they made it 3-3 and then they lost 7-2. The momentum switched massively. I think they actually could play a decent game against us. The question is what will happen when they do, and if they do. But ultimately, if we lose to Zagreb, it's gonna be hell on earth. But yeah, for today, that's the end of me. Not like that, the end of the stream. If you're new around here, of course, smash thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, leave your thoughts down in the comments. But yeah, for today I'm out. See you all tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings. Maybe we'll have actually some signings. Who knows? Maybe Arsenal will release more merch to deviate from the attention from the draw we got today and the shambolic performance. But yeah, anyways, take care. Stay safe. Have a nice evening. And exactly. Zabla Cup, no pushovers. Albeit with Bayern. Exactly. Anyways, take care. Stay safe. And see you all tomorrow. Peace.